How's everybody doing today? My name is Sean. Welcome to the Dragon's Lair. What we're going to be working on today is our step-in spin kick. Now, what does that mean? Everybody should know our spin kick. We generically call a spinning back kick a spin kick at our school. So it's not a spinning wheel, it's not a spinning hook, it's not a spinning crossing. Spin kick, just turn around, do a back kick. That's our spin kick. All right. So if we start with that, remember, if you go back a few videos and you remember how we teach, we're going to do the spin kick ball or in the flying butt, right? So if I start from here without taking any steps, going back to basics, how I learned this, the first thing I do is drive forward, all right? I'm a runner, sprinter leaving those blocks for the start. First thing they do is go forward, right? So I'm going to use that forward momentum. So I'm going to use that forward momentum. I'm going to throw myself into the spin kick ball and use my butt and hit the target, because remember, we're going back. So forward, hit the target with your butt, flying butt, right? So what is a step-in spin? Very simple. All we're going to do from there is we're going to add a step. We're just going to take a step forward, and then we're going to do that exact same thing. We're going to continue with that forward motion. This is a very long technique. Okay, it is slow. Well, it can be quick, but it's generally fairly slow when you're doing it. It takes a bit of setup. And again, it's going to cover a pretty long distance, all right? So I need to have room to take that step first and then go forward and hit the target here, okay? So let's do that one more time. Remember, I'm taking the step and I'm continuing. Think of it now, if a spin kick, the first movement you're doing is you're that sprinter coming out of the blocks. Now you're that sprinter, you came out of the blocks and now you're taking that second step. So we want to continue that forward momentum, and we're going to drive all of that into the target. You'll see a lot of people will kind of cheat with this, where they step over and then do the spin. I don't like that, because you're losing that momentum. People can do very amazing things with that, where they're stepping over, but it's not the best. If you really want to get the most power and the most drive, you want to go forward twice, okay? So what is that going to look like? So I'm going to drive, right? Drive and throw myself at the bag, all right? Now you can see I got a little jammed up there, because when I did the second part, the flying butt, I went too far. So how do you avoid that? Well, you just don't jump as far, really. You kind of do more of a jump switch. You need to know your distances. If I'm standing here and I try and do this style of spin kick, I'm going to go straight past the target and not make contact at all. All right. So you need to be aware of what you're doing for the distances. I can make this shorter, right? I can do a short step and then go into it from there. So it all depends on how you're practicing. If you're sparring, what your opponent's doing. If you're doing this for a board break, set yourself up right. So if you want to go long and get as much power into that as possible, start further back. All right. So let's get a little bit more full speed. I'm going to get the step and the kick in there. Okay, stepping and spin. All right, one more time. Step and spin. I can do a little bit shorter step, so I'm a little bit closer than I was for the other one. There we go. That is going to be our step-in spin kick. This is not one that is going to come like super quick. Maybe it will, but this is definitely something that you need to practice quite a bit more than even just the standard spin kick. When you're taking that step and when you're jumping, you really need to make sure that you're looking at your target when you make contact, because you can very easily just miss the target altogether. So it's going to take some practice. This one's a little bit harder, especially if you don't have a target. When you're trying to do this on the air without making contact on anything, it makes it considerably more difficult. So try and practice with somebody in class that's holding a bag, or use one of the heavy bags there. So that's it. That's our step-in spin kick. That's all for now. Class dismissed. Have a great rest of your day.